Before I start, I want to show you this really comfy outfit that I have on. It's just like a comfy set. I got it from Walmart and I just want to show you real quick a video. So this is a matching set. There's a lot of colors that it comes in. I'm wearing this size small and it's just like oversized, but it's like fitted enough in the right places. I just feel like it's so comfy and cozy for summer. It's really cool and like lightweight. So I just really wanted to show you this. I think it's super cute. It's super flowy and just soft if you want to check it out. So let's start with the makeup. We're going to do RMS today. I have a couple RMS beauty kits here that I want to try. I have my sunscreen on already and like my face moisturizer and everything. I'm good there. Let me just pin my hair back actually first. I'm trying to go with more of like the messy poofy hair. That's what I feel most comfortable with my hair. I don't like it sleek and straight. So I'm trying to like fluff it up and make it poofy. Pin it back for makeup. I'm gonna first just put on my Starface lip balm. I've been loving these. I just grabbed 2 of these at Costco. I go to Costco way too much. It's like all I talk about. Ulta. I grabbed these at Ulta. This one's a strawberry one. They smell so good. They smell like really strong smell, if you like that, which I do. And they feel so moisturizing. So I used to go into my 13-year-old daughter's room and like grab one of these and use hers because she got it from somewhere. I just thought like maybe I should get my own because I'm always still in my daughter's lip balm. And I just think it's so good and they're so smoothing. They have really good smells too. Like I really like the strawberry. I got the starfruit one too, so that one's really good. First for foundation, I'm going to use this Catrice foundation. This is the HD liquid coverage. This is in the shade Rosy Beige. I love this stuff. This is such a good foundation. It's so like thin and just easy to put on and it just blends really well and it just really looks like skin. I just tried their True Skin foundation also in my last video, which I really love too. I just love both of them. Sometimes I see both of them in my drawer and I'm like, I don't know which one to use. They're both so good. So I'll show this one today and just show you what it looks like going on. And I'm just going to use my elfcosmetics foundation brush and kind of just like stipple that on. I don't like to like swipe it around. I just kind of push it into my skin. But look how pretty that is. Catrice does such a good job with their foundations. Also, if you saw in one of my last video, my last one or the one before, I talked about what these were down here. Go watch the video to figure that out. They're still there. Still trying to get rid of them. If you can see, I really didn't put on a lot. I just kind of swiped from that little like dropper thing. And that's all I really need. It just blends well where it kind of spreads enough where I don't need a ton on, you know, I don't need to like drip it all over my face. Look how pretty that looks. I'm just blown away by this foundation every time I put it on. And this rosy beige color I think is really good for me because I have a lot of like rosy redness in my skin. So I really like that they have that kind of shade. Sometimes I get a makeup product that I just want to like sit and put on over and over because I just think it's so fun to put on and just see it blend so well. For concealer, I'm going to use this Tarte Creaseless Creamy Concealer. I don't know where I got this. I think I got it from my daughter somewhere. I don't know where she got it. I don't know, but it works really well. So this is in the shade Fair Light Neutral. It's been really good for me and I hope they still have it. If they don't, I'll link something similar because I really haven't seen this much at Ulta or anywhere. So I'm not sure what's going on with this specific one. It is different than the Shape Tape, but I don't know how. Yeah, that's what it looks like on the outside. It could be like a really old product and maybe you guys know more than me, but I've just had it in my collection for a while and I think it works really well. So I've been using it. I think I'm just going to use my foundation brush to blend it today. Sometimes I do that just to do a really quick, easy blend. See, it just blends in really pretty. I might want to build just a little bit. Let me put just a little bit more on. It's kind of light, so I think it might need to be built just a tad right there. That's better. Whenever you hear that's better, do you think of The Office? When Jim impersonates Dwight? It's like the best scene of the whole, I swear, like the whole show, that's the best one. And every time I hear that's better, I think of that when he puts on the glasses because the screen is blurry. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Makes me laugh every time. I'm going to set with my Wet n Wild powder. I know we all probably have this by now, but it's really good, so it's worth it. I'm just going to get my little triangle puff here. That's quite a bit of powder. I didn't mean to put that much on, but that's okay. Kind of just being quick with the face because I want to show you these this RMS stuff I'm so excited about. I haven't used any of these products yet, so it's the first time I'm going to try them. So we'll do this together and see what it's like, how these products perform. They have great reviews, so I'm sure they'll be pretty good. Honestly, with that foundation, like I've mentioned in a lot of my videos, I always have my Physicians Formula powder on hand just to cover on my nose because nothing ever covers like my red nose. But that foundation actually does. It's quite surprising. Like it's weird to see because I'm so used to seeing like my red nose under anything. So I'll just dab a little bit on top of that just because it's what I do every single day, but I don't really need a ton. So I'm just gonna get a little bit of this Physicians Formula powder in my sponge. And I usually just put it right on there where it's kind of sticky from the foundation. But really, I mean, I don't need that much, which is quite surprising. There's hardly any foundations I find that covers that well. I'm going to do my eyebrows real quick, and I actually grabbed this e.l.f. eyeshadow palette to use on my eyes, and I realized I didn't get my eyebrow pomade, but I want to try to maybe just use this darkest brown in here in my angled brush, and I'm just going to do my eyebrows with it, and then I'll use my pen. I did grab my pen. I'm not sure what happened with getting the pomade. I'll just do a little bit of this darkest one and just see how this goes for eyebrow. I mean, I'm sure it will go fine and should stay pretty well, just like my other powder eyebrow stuff. So I start at the tail like that, and then I just start inward and connect the dots a little bit. This is pretty warm toned compared to my hair, but that's okay for today. I'm not really going anywhere today. We just went to the dollar store because my little boy woke up at 5:30 ready to go to it because he got $1 yesterday. And I got up at 5:30 to start working out. And he got up and he's like, "Are we going to the dollar store?" I'm like, "Tag, it's not open yet. It's not open for like 4 hours." And so all day or all morning, "Did you shower yet? Did you get dressed? Mom, hurry, get dressed. We need to go to the dollar store." If he gets any money, it just burns a hole in his pocket like that. He ended up getting a bag of like ring pops at the dollar store, which I was like, yeah, I guess you can get those. I don't want any more junky toys. I'm so sick of just like the junky toys that they get and then they play with for an hour and then it's junk. You know, I'm like, we're not doing the junky toys anymore. You can get a coloring book, stickers, even candy. I don't care, but no more junky dollar store toys. Also at the dollar store, they are raising their prices like crazy. It's a mess in there. Like some things are $2, some things are $3, lots of things are $1.75 now. And then you get into like the $5 section. I mean, it's really confusing and it's really making me just not want to shop there anymore, which is pretty unfortunate. I wonder if other people feel that way too, because it's confusing all the price differences and like the stuff all around the store. Like everything is such a different price. I got all my stuff together. I got some things for camping and I'm just like, I hope a lot of this is $1.25. Like I don't want to spend more than that on these things. And so I was really watching the checkout, making sure everything was that price, which it was, which was good. There's so many different prices of everything and it's confusing and I hate that it's going up in price and I feel like just go to Walmart now, you know? Okay, I think those eyebrows are pretty good. I'll just go over it with my pen here. Just make my little hair-like strokes. Oh, that's quite different than color of the powder I just put on. Usually that blends in a little bit better, but we're just experimenting with brows today. So no big deal. I think it looks fine. Just a little more red than I'm used to, but goes with my outfit, I guess. My eyebrows match something. Okay, those look pretty good. Pretty impressed by those eyebrows today. So let's start with this RMS Beauty. This is the Best of RMS Collection. This comes with the Rich and Radiance Master Radiance Base. Oh man, I should have put that on first. Maybe I'll do a little bit on my cheeks with that. And then we have the Living Luminizer, Demure Lip to Cheek, and then we have the Biti Bronzer. And then we have the mascara, which is pretty cool, all of these. This was on sale when I bought it. I don't think it was like $44, kind of pricey. These are quite small for what you get. They're pretty tiny, but we're gonna try them and just see how it goes. At least we can try what this, you know, like try the formula and just kind of see what that's like. So here's the blush. You can just see kind of, I mean, that's a really teeny tiny little thing. I'll swatch these and show you them too. So let's look at this base first. This is the Master Radiance Base. It's just, again, a little teeny tiny thing, but this is actually the biggest product in there. If you open it, it just looks like, oh, it's pretty. So it looks like that. Definitely glowy. I don't love glowy stuff like this because I'm so oily that I don't like to put like stuff that looks like oil on already because I'm gonna get oily in 10 minutes anyway, you know. It's kind of a moussey formula. Very, oh wow, very glowy. Very pretty though, but look at how shiny. I mean, I don't think I would want that all over my face anyway, you know, because it's just so glowy, but it's gorgeous. Let me just see if I can put a little bit around my cheeks. Just kind of see. Wow, it just blends really well too. It's just kind of like that moussey, you know how this feels. Moussey formula. And just kind of blend it in. It looks just really pretty. You can see just how pretty that looks on my cheeks. But definitely I would not put this all over my forehead or my nose or my chin, you know. I think it's definitely a cheek product. It said that you can blend it in with your foundation, your moisturizer. Obviously just put it on like bare skin, which might be really pretty too on your cheeks. Like if you're just going to the gym or something, it's kind of fun to just put like a highlight on, or just for like no makeup days. It definitely is emphasizing a lot on my cheeks though. I don't know if you can see that, but it's very glowy and pretty. And obviously it's probably just because I put that foundation on first, but you can see it's just really like showing some, what is it, like pieciness of the foundation. It's kind of looking a little chunky there. I don't know, like it's sort of coming apart a little, but from far away, it looks amazing. It's just peeling up some of the foundation a little bit. You can just see barely right there. Mainly right there, you can kind of see a weird spot. But anyway, it's really pretty. It's really glowy. And a little goes a long way, which is probably why these are so tiny. I'm gonna do a little bit. I love to do it right here still. I know this is like a 10-year-old trick, but I love to do it right there on my upper lip and just create some glow right there. So next, let's try the bronzer. So this is the Biti Bronzer. Is that how you say it? Biti Bronzer. Teeny tiny little thing here. That's the shade. It's much darker than I thought it would be. It's also looking like it's glowy. So let's see, I'll swatch it on my hand. And it's thinner than I thought it would be. It's definitely kind of a thin consistency, but it's a really pretty shade. Really neutral looking. You can see it right there. Also a really nice cream. Looks like it blends in really well. It is glowy though, so I think all of these products are pretty glowy. I'm not sure about the blush. We'll see what the blush looks like. This has a little bit of sheen in it, so it's also glowy. It's not just a pure matte. I think I'll just dab it on my cheeks and blend it in. We'll just kind of see what that looks like. So I'll just blend it, dab it right where I usually put bronzer. It's feeling a little heavy over this stuff I already have on. So if you even put that on first and then you're putting this over it, it feels just like a little bit heavy there, if that makes sense. And it could just be because I have that foundation on also. I like to put bronzer right here under my lip. A little bit of an illusion of it being a little bigger than it is. Okay, so I have it all dotted on, so let me just blend it in and we'll see what this looks like. This is the brush that I usually use for my bronzer no matter what. So this is a Real Techniques brush, and I'm just going to kind of blend that and we'll see. It looks really nice getting blended there. I think it's really pretty. It definitely blends in with that base. It almost blends away just a tad. It doesn't really look like that on the video. In my mirror here, it's almost like going away a little more than I would like. It looks really nice and natural, and maybe that's the point, is that it's supposed to be kind of a natural, just glowy bronze shade than just like a sharp bronzer, you know? And it definitely does that. It blends in like super easy, but almost too much, where I feel like I kind of need to put more on because I just feel like it kind of blended away a little bit. That's interesting. Let me just maybe dab a little bit more on and we'll see if it can build a little bit. It looks super dark, like going on, but then it just blends away so quickly, which honestly may not be a bad thing. You know, this may be something that's like totally right up your alley, where you want something that kind of just blends super quick and super easy, and it's not like too heavy and too dark. I mean, that is really pretty. Definitely builds. So I think as you build it, you can kind of get the deepness that you want and sort of the shape and, you know, how natural you want it or how unnatural you want it to look. It does just blend away just a little more than I would like, but you can just see how pretty it still looks. Okay, let's try the blush. So this is in the shade Demure. That's what that looks like. So it's a really cool tone pink. Definitely does not go with my outfit today, but that's okay. Again, it's a really nice little cream. I'm just kind of blend it on there. I have a brush I can use to blend it a little more. Very pretty shade, very nice, just cream blush. I don't find this to be anything spectacular, you know, compared to all the million other cream blushes we have, but it is very pretty and it does blend in really well, even just with my finger. It's really nice. This one isn't as glowy. This is a little bit more, I guess satin is the word because it's not matte. It is more of a satin color. I like how it's building on my cheeks where it's looking like kind of that sun-kissed color glow. It's not looking too hot pink, which I'm not a fan of. I think it's blending in really well with like my skin shade, if that makes sense. Kind of like mixing with that shade, creating like just a really natural looking pink. That looks really pretty. I'm really impressed by that blush. I think that's just really nice. I just want to keep going. I just want to keep adding more and more because it's so pretty, but I know I'm getting a little carried away with blush here. Let's try it on the lips. We know that most products in the beauty world, they say lip and cheek, and we all kind of know, no, that one's normally only for lips, you know, it doesn't really work on cheeks. And then, no, that one only works on cheeks, does not work on lips. So let's see how this one does. I'll wipe off my lip balm. Oh. It's chalky. I mean, it's pretty, but it's emphasizing my lip dryness. I don't love it on my lips. It looks like pink chalkiness on my lips. It's a pretty color from far away. Again, like it really looks nice from far away. But if I look up close, I can see some of like my lip dryness, like flaky and, you know, but it looks nice. I mean, it looks really pretty. It's just up close, I can just kind of see the dryness. It spreads really well on my lips, so that's a plus. And I can kind of see all of them together. The cheeks look really good. I mean, it is a really pretty shade on my lips. I really love the shade. It just emphasizes that dryness just a little bit. Real quick, I'm just going to do my eyes. So like I said, I'm going to use this e.l.f. eyeshadow palette, and this is the Keep It Ethereal palette. And I'll just do a quick look. I don't really want anything crazy today. Maybe I'll do this like warm brown in my crease. I really want to emphasize these products a little bit more and not really do too much in my eyeshadow. I'm getting thrown off a little bit because I have really warm toned eyebrows. My outfit is very warm toned. I have this light pink lip, light pink cheeks. Sorry, I am not matching today at all. I'm kind of mixed here. Cool and warm tones. Just get more of that. I'm just building this in the crease a little bit. This is a good eyeshadow palette. I think the eyeshadows blend really well, so I have no complaints about this. I really like it. Do that one right there in the middle and just kind of raise that up a little bit. What song does that just remind you of? Do you ever like start singing a song when you hear the phrase? Happens to me all the time. I hear one phrase, it's in a song stuck in my head for a week. I won't tell you what song that reminds me of because it will be stuck in your head for a week too. I'm going to do this warmer shade again and just do underneath my eyelashes there. I talked about this in another video, but I really like to do warm tones on my lower lashes. I don't really like to do cool tones on my lower lashes just because we already have like a lot of like blue and darkness from our eye sockets. So the dark circles. So I don't want to like emphasize that with like a cool tone eyeshadow. I think warm tones look a lot better on the lower lash line and then whatever you want to use on the upper. So that's kind of like my rule that I've been using and I really like it. I think warm tones just look a lot better underneath there. Honestly, I'm not feeling really shimmery today. I might just do this shade, just do the crease just a little bit more, and then I'll do the lighter shade. I cannot think today on my eyelid. I was going to say on my eyeball. You see, those shades are just really pretty and neutral, natural. I love this palette. I'll just do this, and if you notice, I'm just using the same brush. That's a really good shadow, that one. See how brightening that is? Just really nice to put there on the lid. Just do a little bit more to build it. Okay, I think that looks good. Real quick, just to line my upper lash line because I have that tattooed blueness. Maybe I'll do this warm one. I was thinking about doing this darkest one, but I'll just do this other warm brown and line that and see if that works well. I didn't want it too dark. I'm just using a really flat brush too to just dab onto that and start on the outside and just work my way inward and just kind of line right there. You can see the difference, how good that looks just by doing that little step. Just lining a little bit with that powder. Okay, I think we're done with eyeshadow. I think that looks really pretty. Okay, so let's try the RMS mascara. This is the one that just came in that kit. This is just called the Straight Up Mascara. Let's see what this looks like. There's the wand. It's pretty big. It's pretty big and fluffy. Really curious to see how that works. It is big, wow. I haven't used a mascara wand this big and fluffy in a long time. It's not really feeling like anything special. I can see that it's lengthening my eyelashes, but it's not giving a lot of volume, which maybe that's the kind of wand this is. That's what it does. I'm not seeing a lot of build and volume, but it's definitely lengthening. Which I think RMS Beauty, the brand is sort of more of a really natural, you know, makeup. It's not something that's gonna like go crazy on your eyes, you know, or your face. It's just really natural and just glowy. Really brings out your natural beauty, which I love it for that. And I love this brand. But I think the mascara is kind of in that same realm where it's just kind of emphasizing my own eyelashes. It's not given a lot more than what I already have, if that makes sense, just kind of lengthening it. And maybe as it dries out, it will be different because we know that happens with a lot of mascaras. But brand new, it's nothing crazy to me. I mean, it looks pretty, it looks good, but it's just kind of a normal mascara. Yeah, I really like the length it's giving, but it's definitely more of a natural mascara. It doesn't look clumpy at all, but there's just like no volume. I like clump. Like I like clumpy mascaras a little bit because I like to, you know, create that volume in them. I don't love just long and like wispy eyelashes. That's kind of what this has given me. So there's a mascara. I don't know if you even can see much of a difference. I mean, it looks good, but it just looks kind of like a basic one. I'm not a huge fan of this. I just wiped off my lips to show you these lipsticks, but I forgot the luminizer here. So let's try that. This is a living luminizer. I know I'm pretty glowy already, but I'll just try it and see. So this is what that looks like. It has little like bubbly sweat dots on top of it. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but I don't know if you can see that on there. But that's what that looks like. So I'm just going to rub my finger in this and we'll see what that looks like on top. And I'm already just like really glowy. It might not be very prominent, but let me swatch it too. It's not like what I expected. Like it's clear. You know, you can see it's not like, I mean, it almost looks white. It's almost like a clear, shiny color than like white, you know, like most highlights are. Definitely just gives like that luminosity from within glow. Really pretty. My skin is looking awesome. You can see that. I'm trying to just put a lot on so you can see what this really looks like. I'm sure as I go throughout my day, I'll catch myself in the mirror and I'll definitely see like how really glowy and pretty that looks. Love that. I'm gonna do a little bit up here too. So that's what that looks like. Definitely surprising. I definitely thought it'd be more of like a white, basic, you know, highlight that we're used to seeing where it's really white and bright. But this is just more of like, what, I don't know how to describe it, like a clear gloss, you know, that you just put on top. It does look really good. So let's try the lip kit. So this is the RMS Legends to Love lipstick kit. There's the pink, there's more of the neutral, and then the deeper. So let's start with the pink, and I'm just gonna put them on. I'll swatch all of them for you and put them on my lips, and then we'll see what they all look like. Okay, I zoomed you in just a little bit so you can see my lips a little bit better. So this first shade is called Miranda. This is the pink one. What's interesting about these lipsticks too is the top of them, like if you see, it looks really texturized. I don't know what that's about either. I don't know if it went bad or if it's supposed to be like that, but it doesn't look smooth. If you can see it, it's just like texturized right there on the top there. Kind of weird. Also another thing with these, so when you move them up, you do it like that, and then the whole thing comes up. You don't hold on to it and just turn this. The whole thing turns around. Kind of just another interesting little thing about it. So let's try this. I'm just going to put it on. I don't know if these products just got hot or what's going on, but I can see all those texturized little bubbles there. So I like to just first kind of like line my lips, and then I'll fill it in. I'm not using a lip liner or anything either. I just want you to see the color. Okay, that's looking a lot darker in my camera than it looks in my mirror. So I'm not sure if that's going to translate really well, but that's the shade Miranda. Very pretty pink, very pretty warm pink, which I appreciate. I really loved warm pinks. I don't like the hot, bright pink, you know? So I think this is just a really good, wearable, pretty shade, especially for spring and summer. Yeah, I really like that shade. Let's do the kiss test. It doesn't say it doesn't transfer, and it did transfer just a little bit, but not bad. I mean, you can see how much is still left on. So there's a little bit more on there, but it still looks really good. It doesn't feel dry. It feels pretty moisturized. It kind of just feels like a drier lip balm, if that makes sense. It's not slippery at all like that, but it's not like so matte where it's dry. It kind of just feels like my lips, which is good. So it feels pretty weightless. Yeah, that's a really pretty color. I really love that one. Miranda. The next one we have is in the shade Eve. And I'll show you what this one looks like. This is definitely more of the neutral brown, much more like my daily color. You can see as I twist it, like the whole thing twists. It's just, see that? It's just interesting. I don't see any other products do that. Let's try this one and I'll just line again. Oh yeah, I love this shade. Okay, so this is the shade Eve. You can see how pretty brown that looks. Again, it looks pretty dark in my camera compared to my light in my mirror here. It's very wearable, just pretty neutral, kind of almost grungy shade, but it's just like earthy. That's the word I'm looking for. It's like a really pretty earthy brown. Really like it. That's super pretty. I feel like this could go with a lot of outfits and just like a lot of looks. It's not going to be too dark or too deep, too brown or too pink. It's just like right in the middle. It's really, really nice. So that's the shade Eve. And then my last shade is this deep one. This is called Josephine. This is really, really pretty purple. Let's see what this looks like on my lips. I don't usually wear colors this deep. Again, twist this all the way around. Definitely start with lining this one. This one's so deep, I almost just want to like dab it on and not like swipe because I feel like that'd be quite a lot. Okay, so there's the shade Josephine. Very pretty color. What I like about this is it has a little bit more brown in it than most of these kinds of shades. So it's not too purple and it's not too like pink, purple berry, which I don't love. I love more of like the brown. So the neutralness of it, I really enjoy and I really appreciate because I think it could go with a lot more than just wearing just like such a deep, dark purple color. Does that make sense? So really like this one too. This one reminds me of my mom. She would love this one. And I feel like sometimes when I wear these colors, I look like her. I just like see my mom in the mirror. Isn't that weird? Sometimes when you wear like your mom's makeup, it's like, oh my gosh, I see her and I'm getting older and I'm starting to see her in my face. It's crazy. Yeah, this definitely makes me feel like I look like my mom. So it's really pretty. She would really love this shade. Again, it's moisturizing. It's not too matte where it's too dry. Really nice. Let me show you the kiss test with this one. You can see it came off quite a bit actually with that. I may have applied more in the pink one. So a little bit more as I dab. I think it looks better as I dab too, as I kind of create a little bit of just like a blotted lip look with that one. And I feel like these are going to last all day. Like it just feels like it's not going anywhere. It just feels very secure and just like it's there for a while. But that's Josephine. That's really pretty one. How I would actually wear these is I got this middle brown one. I would just kind of dab a little bit and I like to just use the tip and line my lips just a little bit and then just kind of dab in the middle and that's about it. So I don't like it too deep and too bold. I think that looks good and just kind of blending it because then it stays really well, but it's not too heavy. It really doesn't feel like I have anything on my lips now, but it's just like a pretty natural color, you know? So that's how I like to wear those. I bet these might work well on cheeks too. If you just get a little bit and just kind of blend, it'd be really pretty too. Let's take the hair out and just see kind of what we're working with now. I've just let this air dry today and I just sprayed in like texture spray and just some stuff in my roots to make it a little bit more fluffy. So I think it's looking good. I like this kind of style where it's just a little bit messy and poofy. I think that looks best rather than just like slick straight. I'm gonna go make my kids lunch. They're starving. Thanks so much for watching this review. I really love these RMS products. I think they're great. I think they're just beautiful. You can see how glowy and pretty my skin looks. Really pretty. Even if they're small, they're mighty, you know, like just a little bit goes a long way. I don't think you need much product at all. So they would last quite a bit. And then the lip products, really pretty too. Loving that. I feel like that's going to stay on all day. Make sure you subscribe if you want to see more videos. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next one. Have a great day.